everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be kind of a compilation of different highlighters that I already own in the spirit of the new release of the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop highlighter in collaboration with Becca. It will be released July 16th in store. However, if you've been on Instagram or Twitter, you probably already know that it was available in a brick and mortar JCPenney Sephora, and then if you went to some Sephoras, they even had 2 or 3 or 4 in stock. I ordered mine online and I received it within 2 days intact, and it's beautiful. However, if you've had one highlighter, you've kind of possibly had them all. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. So I just wanted to show you guys what's in my collection, and when you get down to the bare bones of highlighters, most of the time it just gets down to wearability and texture. So I hope I can shed some light on if this is a must-have or kind of a want or a pass. So if you want to see a little bit more of my comparison to the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop highlighters to what I already have in my collection, then just keep watching. Okay, so first of all, let me go ahead and show you the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop highlighter. I got this yesterday. I was gonna do it as a part of my favorites for the month, but it's July, what, 6th, 7th? I don't even know. It wouldn't be fair to include it in my June favorites because I didn't have it in June. But this is what the packaging looks like. Typical Becca fashion. And the back is Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed. So pretty much same labeling. Inside, it is really, really beautiful. Let's see if we can get there we go. So that is, you'll see it's got more of a pinky gold texture rather than a white gold texture. And I know a lot of people have been worried about if this is gonna wear really well on women of color, or even if you're just really, really tan, is this gonna wear comfortably for me? Well, I do have Opal here. Yeah, I have the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. So I'll just go ahead and do a side-by-side for you. Okay, so top is Champagne Pop, bottom is Opal. Champagne Pop and Opal. And I'll put a swatch on my hands too. Just by looking at them, they seem to be pretty similar, except for the Jaclyn Hill has a lot more pink in it. So let's put some on my hand. Okay, so that is Champagne Pop, and this is Opal on the top. So pretty wow, actually fairly similar. There we go. Opal, Champagne Pop. So you can see that it's picking up a lot more pinky gold, and this is more of a white gold. It just depends on how you want to wear it. Overall, the formulation is really nice, and I have historically, I think I've only ever picked up one Becca highlighter before, based on the fact that I wasn't super excited about the texture. And by texture, I mean how it melted into my skin. It's no Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Powder, and I do have that here. The Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Powder in Starlight is still probably one of my top highlighters. The packaging leaves a lot to be desired. In fact, the one I have is about to fall out. Anyway, so this is the Celestial Starlight that I own. And in my most recent videos, this is the highlight that I have been wearing. Today I am wearing the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop, and it is really pretty. It's really pretty. You spray some Fix Plus on it at the end of application, and it can melt. If you're into buffing your highlighter, I just don't want the feeling of highlight sitting on my face, just kind of sitting there. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm so winded. I'm 8 months pregnant. I can't breathe. But with this one, and I'll swatch this one for you too, it's got more of a pinky finish, like a pink gold. But on my skin, it just is really creamy, you could say. There we go. So that's Champagne Pop. That's your Opal. And this is the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Light in Starlight. And I've been wearing that pretty much exclusively for most of the year actually. And I've enjoyed it. I do feel like the wearability on that is a little creamier. It's just a finer formulation than the Becca highlighters, but they're all shimmery and they all give you this in the end. It just depends on how hard you're willing to work for it, and I'll get to brushes in a second. The next highlighter that I want to show you is by Tom Ford. If you remember last year, the contouring cheek color duo came out. It looks like this. And I ended up getting the one in 02 Stroked, and there's a beautiful highlight included in the duo. This is a true to life buttery yellow gold. And expectations on a Tom Ford product that's so expensive is it cannot be gritty. It cannot sit on your skin. It cannot feel like talc. It's just not acceptable for what you're paying. And it really doesn't disappoint. This is a swatch on my finger. And then right here, let's just do. Now that is really beautiful. You'll see it's just so super fine. It's finely milled. It's buttery. It feels really good on your skin. It just wears really beautifully. Comparisons for this, if you're not looking to spend tons and tons, gosh, I would say probably a Bobbi Brown highlight as far as comparability, but I really haven't found anything. The Kevyn Aucoin one is close, except for it's got more of a pinky gold versus this beautiful buttery yellow gold. So I'll show you that one more time. Just picks up the light so beautifully. That's really pretty. Okay, so these next two are Bobbi Brown highlights. The Shimmering, what are they called? Shimmer Brick? I think they're called Shimmer Brick. They've been around forever. Everybody loves a Shimmer Brick. They've got limited edition ones that have come out throughout the years. They've got permanent ones in their line. I have two. I have the one in Apricot, and then I have the one in, this is old. This is in Bronze. I've had this forever and ever and ever. So, this one is Apricot. Just beautiful strips of pinky tones, rose gold, some brown, white. These make great eyeshadows too. A nice apricot, true to color, nice rose gold. Here is the Bronze. This one's older. You've got your white. You've got some pinks in there, some darker browns, a nice coffee brown and a pink. Together, when you swirl them, you just get a really great wash of pigment and shine where the sun would normally hit you. Bronze, over the years, I used to wear this as a blush actually. A little too much shine, but the payoff was beautiful and the colors did melt together really well to create an overall beautiful finish on my skin. So I'll give you a swatch of this. I haven't worn this in forever. So this is the swatch, and I mean, you're getting metallic shine on these. So a stippling brush, maybe a fan brush is recommended when applying these. So let's go right here. That is Bronze. Holy wow. So that is actually pretty comparable to the Jaclyn Hill. That's probably the most comparable I've seen so far. So, and it's got just a crazy shine to it. So you want to be really careful, but I mean, it picks up and you can definitely intensify it or even kind of bring it down a little bit, like I said, with your application preference. So that's Bronze. And then the Apricot one is my newest selection. It's really pretty on the skin. Again, it's a lot more, let's see, swirl. So that's the swatch, and I just wipe my hand off again. So let's do it right here. I mean, if you're looking at it, don't they all kind of look the same? Pretty much. Wow, that's crazy. So that's Apricot in Bobbi Brown. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's picking up, it looks pinker, a little more peach in it, but your overall reflection is going to be a gold finish. And I do like that one. I tend to use the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks with, like I said, a stippling brush. The next highlighter that I have in my collection is, I don't really wear it that much, but I just like knowing that I have it, and I probably won't ever, 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 ever give it up. And by the way, if you're thinking about MSFs, I have gotten rid of all of them. I used to have every single mineralized skin finish known to man. And over the years, I just figured out that they are not the smoothest formulation. They're not the most finely milled. They're fun to collect and they're fun to kind of wear. But if you're looking for like a subtle glow, which is what I always want, you're better off looking elsewhere. So I, over the years, got rid of them. I think the last one I had was Champagne, and that shattered, and I was holding on to it in bits and pieces, and then we just moved, and I just was like, it's gotta go. It's not gonna survive one more journey, so I got rid of it, if you were wondering. The next thing is the Mercier Rose Rendezvous, and if you were on YouTube around 2012, 13, then you, like everyone else, searched high and low for this product, and this is what it looks like. It is an Illuminator, and a beautiful one at that. So this is Rose Rendezvous. How pretty is that? Oh my gosh, so good. What is there to say about Rose Rendezvous? It doesn't even matter if it's good. You have to have it in your collection. If you have it, you probably are like me, you want to hold on to it forever. I literally would barely dip my stippling brush in it, like to swatch it right now. Okay. True rose gold, like straight up. Okay, so here it is on my finger. Look at that. So good. So pretty. It's so pretty. Special occasions only. This is like, lock it up and put away the key. It's a beautiful highlighter. Has Laura Mercier done highlighters before? Laura Mercier does really good highlighters too. She does a really good formulation. Nice to have. It's fun, pretty to look at. She's got shimmer blocks, I think, that are in her permanent line. You can see them at Sephora if you like. This one was just a beautiful, I mean, just look at the pattern on it. It's one of those things you just don't want to ruin. I like to keep it, and sometimes if I'm shopping my stash, I will play with it and wear it, but yeah, it's beautiful. What can I say? This next one, I don't know where her buddy is. I had two the Balm cosmetic highlights, and what's the other one? It's not Betty Lou. Oh, it's Mary Lou, the Mary Lou-Manizer, which is like, bam, white gold, bam, hello, so pigmented. So true to form. I mean, you look at it in the pan, it comes off that way on your skin. It's a white, true gold, like Albatross from NARS on crack. This one I have is the Betty Lou, and by the way, I have no idea where it is. Betty Lou-Manizer is her little sister, and she's the copper penny version of the highlight, and she is intense, very pigmented. The formulation is so creamy and so soft that when you wear it, it almost looks like a liquid on your skin. There's no, let me just show you. So even on my finger, it's like gold leaf, it feels like. And let me put it right next to, wow. That is Betty. Is this Betty? Yeah, I think it's Betty. Betty is straight up gold, right? Like, she'd make a great eyeshadow. If you want to do a heavy application, go for it, but this is what you're gonna get with the application. Like I said, it's a true to life application from pan to skin. I would say a stippling brush if you're just trying to get a soft glow. If you are tan for the summer or you're darker complected, this would look great as a nice bronze flush on your cheekbones. But just keep in mind, it's copper penny, true copper penny gold. So it's a deeper gold, it's a little cooler, but it's beautiful. And so was Mary Lou-Manizer, but just not on not such a intergalactic level. It's a little, for me, a little moonshine-ish. So I don't even know what I did with it, honestly. Oh well. This next highlight is more of an all-over glow, or it's intended to be an all-over glow. For my skin tone, it hasn't really done for me what I wanted it to do, but it is a beautiful diffused highlight if that's what you're looking for. And it's by Hourglass, and it's the Ambient Light in Radiant Light. And I just really wanted to explore. It's beautiful. It really is pretty. Yeah, it is pretty. It is pretty, but when I went into Sephora and I saw the other ambient light powders, I knew that most of them wouldn't complement my skin tone. Even if you're just tan for the summer, I think for sure in photography these might cause a flashback, but I did want to try one as an all-over finishing powder. So this is what it looks like, and you can see it's not nearly as stark as most of my other highlighters. It's not like bam shiny, and I think it's meant to be used with a nice fluffy brush or even a fan brush and create a soft lit from within look. But I mean, don't all highlighters want to create a lit from within look? Come on, gimmicky. Anyway, so on my hand here, I took off my other swatches, and this is what Radiant Light kind of does on my skin. I mean, you can see it's there, and it is beautiful. It's much more subtle. This is basically considered a finishing powder. If you're strategic enough, you can place this all over your skin and just kind of give your face the I'm well rested look, or I put Fix Plus on, but I didn't because I just used this powder. I don't tend to put the Hourglass Radiant Light all over my skin for fear of flashback in photography, like I'm taking pictures every day. You're right. You know what I mean? I'm not really looking to kind of fluff it all over my face. However, it does offer a really pretty subtle glow. It's very work appropriate if that's something that you need to worry about in the professional environment. For application of my highlighters, there's a few brushes that I typically like to use. When I was using my Kevyn Aucoin Starlight powder the most, honestly, this little brush right here that came in the Too Faced Bronzed and Beautiful palette, I loved it. It packed on the color or the highlight, but it really was beautiful. I would just kind of dip my brush in, and it's soft, but it's dense, and I would just kind of create like a stroke right there. It was really nice. For stronger highlights that I feel like your Betty Lou-Manizer, your Mary Lou-Manizer, your even your Opal from Becca, if you're looking to just kind of distribute the color evenly, a brush like this would be great. It's a stippling brush by e.l.f. Any stippling brush. I have a couple. I have this one. I have a skinnier one by MAC, or what is this, Sigma, the SS188. These kind of just distribute the color. They pick up a very minimal amount. And then if you're really looking to do another dense application, a nice angled fluff brush like the SS168 by Sigma is angled, and you can really just kind of define where the application is versus a round brush, which could actually create more of like a C shape. This can either follow your cheekbone. It's actually great for contour too. So this one is a nice complement to a cheekbone application. So overall, that was just kind of a look at the highlighters in my collection. For reference, I'm an NC45 in MAC. I love how that just took on a universal, it's like calling all cola Coke. Do you know what I mean? If you have a skin tone and you know it from MAC, then you use it in all different makeup. I'm sure like Chanel hates that, or NARS hates that. When you walk in and you're like, I'm NC45. They're like, die. Anyway, just for reference though, in MAC I'm NC45, in NARS I'm Tahoe, in Life, in Makeup Forever, I am number 18 in Face and Body, just to give you guys a kind of a reference point for what these look like on me. And once again, and if you were on my Instagram yesterday, thank you guys so much for the love on that too. That's probably my most liked picture, is I wanted to give you guys just kind of a, like I said, a point of reference if you were going to go into stores or you were thinking about placing the order. But I am wearing it today. This is, again, the Jaclyn Hill, and I'll show you guys one more time because it's so pretty. This is Jaclyn Hill. Let's see. Gosh, you can't even, it's so glaring. There we go. And a swatch one more time. That's it on my finger. And that's it on my hand. Very pretty. Like I said in the beginning of my video, if you've had one highlighter, you've had them all. Do you need it? Do we need any of this stuff? Not really. It's just fun. But pick it up if you are thinking about it, because I do believe it will either sell out or limited quantities. It'll just go away forever. So I hope this video helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I will put up pictures on my blog of the highlighters that I showed you in this video. Follow me on Instagram. I'm thevonda83, and hi to all my new followers. Thanks for joining. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.